brave enough to record it on his cell phone and share it exclusively with NBC4. The mountain lion jumped onto these trash cans, then jumped over this fence and walked into this area where Rocky was asleep. Two of the bicyclists shared their story of survival. Fire officials say the fire alarms were working properly when this fire broke out. Residents say this bike lane has to go. There's a growing memorial here where Fast and Furious star Paul Walker lost his life in a car crash. Good evening, Adrian. For the first time, we are hearing the gunshots that erupted in Terminal 3 during yesterday's deadly shooting. A passenger was brave enough to record it on his cell phone and share it exclusively with NBC4. A traveler lying on the floor inside Terminal 3's Burger King capturing the sound of gunfire on his cell phone. In this next clip, you see LAX police officers through this glass door rushing frightened passengers out of the shooter's path.
Heard around about 4 pops. I think it wasn't until the 5th or 6th or 7th pop that we realized it was probably gunshots. I tackled my mom to the floor.
Kept hearing shots and turned around to see if anybody was following me, and the shooter was on his way.
It was a rough day yesterday, so just real happy to go home.
This doctor from Germany echoing similar feelings while recovering from an injury he got fighting to stay alive.
I was sliding because I have no shoes, and then my muscle was interrupted.
All of them forever changed by a lone gunman who authorities say used an assault rifle to shoot his way past the security checkpoint, killing one TSA employee, injuring a half dozen others.
The most tragic thing I've ever been through.
Passengers who left behind belongings in Terminal 3 can now pick them up at baggage claim. Now, coming up at 6:30, I will update you on the airport's operations. We're live at LAX. I'm Reggie Kumar, NBC4 News.
That's where it was? Oh my God.
Joanne Fine is seeing the charred remains of where she once lived for the first time after moving into the guest house on the property a year ago.
I thought you was in there. I kicked in your door.
Fine wasn't home when the house burst into flames just before 8 last night. Neither was the homeowner, actress Tanya George.
I was at a function, and Sakina, my neighbor, called to say your house is burning, Joanne.
The $1 million home was reduced to rubble in minutes last night.
It's gone.
The fire so intense, massive flames spread to brush on the property and a home next door, forcing firefighters to call in air power to extinguish the fire.
Our backyard is demolished. I mean, there are buckets of water literally up to my waist.
Candace Sussman and her husband live below the home that caught fire. They went out last night and left the kids with a babysitter.
My 5-year-old, I'm so proud. She was really upset, and she yelled out my phone number to call me.
As for Fine, this sudden loss reopens old wounds from her past.
And I just got home from New York visiting my mom's grave, and I had all my beautiful clothes I just bought in New York and all her jewelry, and it's all gone.
LA fire officials tell us the home did not have fire sprinklers. They also tell us the damage is so extensive they can't even tell if there were smoke detectors inside the home. The cause of the blaze remains under investigation. In Woodland Hills, Reggie Kumar, NBC4 News. Hearing from those first responders who arrived here at Rancho Santa Susana Community Park moments after the fireworks explosion on Independence Day, they tell me it was a chaotic scene. It was a regular shift for Ventura County Fire Battalion Chief Mike Sandwick when he got the call from Rancho Santa Susana Park in Simi Valley. He arrives moments after the fireworks explosion.
For me, I was actually going against the flow of walking traffic, trying to get to the injured. Yes.
10,000 people fleeing the park at the same time Sandwick was making his way to where first responders were helping the injured.
I believe that there was a fear of the unexploded ordnance.
Sandwick says a firefighter's wife was among the 36 people who got hurt.
She also had a little projectile wound to the stomach, and she's pregnant. Fortunately, she's fine. But that's what we were seeing, is that type of shrapnel wounds.
The Rotary Club of Simi Valley is the host of the 4th of July celebration. Club President John Lindsay read a prepared statement.
As a Rotary Club, we're proud to have hosted this presentation for 44 years without incident. The public looks forward to this event every year.
Lindsay would not answer any questions on camera due to the ongoing investigation. The pyrotechnic company Bay Fireworks was hired by the Rotary Club 2 years ago. Lindsay told me off camera the club researched the company's safety record and found no known violations. CAL FIRE confirmed that information with NBC4 yesterday, saying the New York-based company has an active license. Meanwhile, fire investigators returned to the park to take measurements of where a lot of the burning debris landed. Now, the main part of the investigation will actually take place on Tuesday. That's when the state fire marshal will be out here to try and piece together exactly how all of this happened. We are live in Simi Valley. I'm Reggie Kumar, NBC4 News.